Timberwood started back in 2005, I do believe it was. And we basically produce outdoor summer kitchens, garage cabinets, some of the furniture for office buildings. I have a few contractors that we do, some furniture for doctor's office, stuff like that. We've been building since we were kids. I've been at this 34 years building cabinets, and there's nothing we can't build out of a piece of wood. We just got to learn a new technology that's out there that everybody's using, and we need to catch up with it. We looked into CNC machines before, and at the time we didn't have the computer capability to run one, and I think that's pretty much standard throughout everybody that looks at them the first time goes, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? And that's what we did at the time, and we wasn't sure we wanted to jump into it. For us, for the Cut Center, I just started looking online and looking at the videos, looking at the things, and finally went to the owners, and I sat down and went, okay, this is what we have. We can't produce any more than what we have with the people we have. How do we make more? How do we make it faster, better? And we knew we had to catch up with the times, and that's exactly how it happened to us. We was actually running the next day. The very next day, I was up and cutting by myself without service help. We've learned this, to a point by ourselves, which is very simple. And like I said, if you can run a picture book, you can run this to a point. It's a step-by-step walkthrough procedure with it. The doors in there have been phenomenal for us because they cut one-piece doors, basically an MDF door, but we're using a solid plastic instead of a wood product. So for us, it has sped up our time on our doors considerably for the amount of time that you glue and make your stiles and rails and all that type of stuff. One-piece doors for us are, it's really quick for us. We've did for years is doing the 5-piece doors on our flat panel doors, our raised panel doors. We have hand routed them, but then, you're sitting there hand routing every door, and you got to make a jig for every door. So, it works. So it's the same on every door, and, the time savings has been amazing for us. We can still be building products while it's cutting. One person is still cutting at all times where it wasn't before. You can only cut and assemble it. One guy can only do so much, and now we can cut and assemble at the same time. When we first moved to this building, we had 3 guys here in our shop and myself. One of the gentlemen was older and actually had some medical issues and has not returned. And we did the same work and more with the 2 guys as we had with the 3 in the last 5 years. You don't have to set up different tooling. The tooling's already there for it. That machine is, they've thought ahead, and always thinking ahead because they're adding updates every week. It's really nice. Top-notch service help. Everybody's been, a phone call away, and within a very small amount of time, they get back with you and can answer your questions. Where you're sitting there lost thinking, oh no, did I just mess up this machine? It stopped on me. What did I do? A phone call away, and they're like, we got this, hang on. They'll take care of it. And they do. It's been awesome. Go look at Thermwood, take the demo, talk to the people that work there. Don't be afraid to jump into it. It is a big jump, like most other guys will probably have told you. The cost is a big jump at the beginning, but if you're going to stay in business and you want to be productive in the long haul, it's going to be worth it for you because of just the time that it saves you. I already can say that we save a guy's labor every year the way it is now with this machine, or 2 guys, and that's $100,000 savings a year. If you have a guy cutting cabinets and a guy sitting and designing all day long, there's $100,000, and so it won't take long to pay your machine back.